This is the 5th round of the South African Rally Championship, the Stannic Mountain Trial, and with such a magnificent winter's day here in Bloemfontein and conditions described as cold but dry, we're going to be in for an even faster rally than we predicted.
Die motor wat hier agter ons staan is die van Serge Damso en Bloemfontein, die huidige voorlopers in die kampioenskapsreeks. Hulle spring weg op die eerste van 3 sneltrajecte hier in die pragtige Bloemfontein.
And a large crowd has come out to see the action as the mayor of Bloemfontein, Frick Jankiewicz, waves Serge Damso away, and it's all acceleration and dragging away around this part of town. Some of the roads being closed off to see these rally cars in action. They're coming to the Free State Stadium to see different sort of action to what they normally expect in this rugby and athletic stadium. As he comes in there and gets onto the cycle track, and it's up to 150, 160 kilometers an hour as Serge really bullets it around there. The tires are starting to smoke as those cars get very, very close to the walls indeed. And that's the works 4-wheel drive Toyota. As Sarl van der Merwe comes into the stadium, used to this sort of thing, racing sports cars in some of the fast circuits, and you can see those tires are just smoking it there and really tested to the limit.
Hier is Iver Pels en Elisio Miranda, dis ook op die eerste snelheid. Oeps, en daar's 'n hopeloos te vinnig en daardie draai in vir hom. Hopeloos te vinnig en daardie draai. Het gedink hy kan daardie draai teen topsnelheid hanteer. Dit lyk of daai linker agterwiel van hom beskadig is.
And then the second task stage to thrill the crowds in Bloemfontein was out of the old Brandkop circuit, where we see Eric Saunders and Tila van Westerhagen giving it their all on the tight sweeps of a circuit that's been lost to South African motor racing. You're going very well indeed. Sarl van der Merwe, the next man along, wanting to do well in this rally. Of course, he retired from the last 2 rallies, and Sarl certainly wanting to show what he can do. As we go in with the winner of the Castle Rally, the LSM Golf of Johan Iwitzer once again. What a performance he's putting up. He's cooling it. He's not going so wild in the early stages. But for action, once again, Jannie Hubbeck and Douglas Judd from Natal, these 2 engineers doing very well. And after 2 task stages, off came the slick tires and on went the rally rubber.
Dis vir sneldeel 3 in die omgewing van die skougronde. Erik Saunders, Tilo van Westerhagen, hulle klas A 4-wiel aangedrewe motor wat bietjie wild oor daardie bultjie gaan amper in daai muur ingaan. Hannes Grobler en Piet Swanepoel in die stadion. En die skare het kom kyk na Grobler en Swanepoel wat nou nuwe onderdele vir hulle remstelsel uit Japan het ontvang het. Maar die posisies lyk soos volg.
Well, you can see Sarl with a lead of just 9 seconds with 13 stages to go. It's the Class B Volkswagen Golf following Sarl in his Golf, just those 9 seconds. Well, after the 3 stages in Bloemfontein yesterday, the whole rally, the Stannic Mountain Trial, moved down to the Allewell North area for a very early morning start before heading into these formidable mountains at the bottom end of the Drakensberg.
Dit is die begin van sneldeel nommer 5. Serge Damso en Bloemfontein, die huidige voorlopers in die kampioenskapsreeks, in hulle 4-wiel aangedrewe Toyota Conquest RSI. Maar kort op hulle hakke is dit Sarl van der Merwe en Frans Boshoff. Dit is in sneldeel nommer 6, wat in hierdie stadium eerste weg is op die pad en natuurlik ook reeds voorloop aan die einde van die eerste 3 sneldele. Jannie Hubbeck en dit is natuurlik in die groot agterwiel aangedrewe Nissan Skyline. Weer eens nog steeds in sneldeel nommer 6 wat ook daardie pad baie dik aanmaak.
And you've got to use a lot of skill to keep the car on the road, although the scenery too good to look at. They've got to keep their heads down as they go through this very fast section of road down. But not everybody having a clean run. Hannes Strobler with the Works 4-wheel drive Sentra having a little bit of trouble. A valve spring was going. It was spewing oil all over the engine compartment, and not happiness in the Nissan camp from their team leader. Serge Damso now has got a big task ahead of him. He knows he was 25 seconds down when they started this morning as they go into this awesome special stage 7. And here you are, you can sit back and enjoy a master at work. One of South Africa's top rallyists showing how it's done as he goes down through special stage 7. You can see it starts to drop down the valley. It's very fast. One small mistake and you're going to throw the whole lot away.
Hulle gaan af in hierdie vallei in en dan weer aan die ander kant uit. So dis 2 baie sterk, baie styl bergpasse en dit is een van die bergpasse op hierdie tydren wat ook vir Glenn Hall en Martin Botha later uitgevang het, wat gesorg het dat hulle motor op sy dak gaan beland het. Gelukkig vir hulle nie te ernstige skade gewees nie, maar ons is nog steeds saam met Johan Evertse en Steve Harding.
These are the bridges that have caught out so many competitors in the past. You come at this bridge so quickly at an angle, and the next thing you find yourself down in the river. Oh, it was a close one, that one.
Dis die einde van sneldeel nommer 7 en baie dankie aan Johan Evertse en Steve Harding vir 'n baie opwindende rit.
Now, we'd hardly get those cameras out of the motor car, and Johan Evertse went into the next stage and hit a bank.
Well, yes, it was a bit of a driver error. We clipped a rock and the rear suspension fell out. It's one of those things, sometimes you lose a bit more time than what you expect to lose.
Dis die posisies aan die einde van sneldeel 8. Sarel van der Merwe, Frans Boshoff slegs 15 sekondes voor Damsou en Bonafide.
But with those 8 stages to go, the race was really on. With this man leading now, the gap was getting smaller, and he was the man chasing. And it was going to be a hot afternoon for them as they were chasing after Sarel van der Merwe. It got down to the stage where it's only 2 or 3 seconds. But how's this for the Class C leader at this stage? It's Nick de Waal from Cape Town really pressing on. Watch this for the performance as he finishes this stage sideways. They say rally drivers do it sideways. What a performance that was.
Pragtige wêreld hier in Noord-Oos-Kaapland. En hier is ons nou aan die einde van sneldeel 13 en die stryd om die eerste posisie, die tussen Sarel van der Merwe en Frans Boshoff en in die tweede plek Serge Damsou en Vito Bonafide is besig om baie warm te word en niemand kan hierdie stadium voorspel wie gaan die wenner wees nie. En daar kan jy sien, motor nommer 2 is Sarel van der Merwe, 9 minute 18, daar het hy 7 sekondes vinniger gery as motor nommer 1, dit is Serge Damsou hulle in daardie spesifieke sneldeel, so 'n bietjie van 'n blaaskansie vir van der Merwe hulle, maar Damsou hulle beslis besig om die pap baie dik aan te maak. Daar die voet baie diep geberg daar in die regterkant aan van die motor. Serge Damsou, Vito Bonafide wat die einde van die tydren bereik en nog steeds so hard ry as wat hulle hoegenaamd moontlik kan. Daar is die oorwinnaars dan op die ou end. Serge Damsou, Vito Bonafide in hulle klas A motor en daar slegs 8 sekondes verskil tussen hulle en Sarel van der Merwe en Frans Boshoff in die tweede posisie. Erik Sanders hulle goeie derde posisie met 'n 4de algehele plek. Eerste in klas C vir Nick de Waal hulle met 'n klas B oorwinning vir Glenn Hall en 'n klas D oorwinning vir Enzo Kuhn en Nas Bleckler.